Welcome to Let's Talk Football with me, Chris.
And me, Richard.
The podcast bringing you the latest in football news. Every week we discuss all the big talking points from the world of football and preview all the action in the week to come.
In this week's podcast, it's glory for Argentina, who win the World Cup in probably the greatest final in history. And now that the finals are over, was the tournament the best football we've seen at a World Cup? Also, the Premier League is back this weekend, and we look forward to those games.
Lots and lots to talk about in what was an impactful final, eventful final. So, let's talk football. Hello, and welcome.
Welcome back, everybody.
To the first podcast post-World Cup.
Are we still... I'm still getting over it.
It was very, very, very eventful. I mean, I don't know how you're coping as a French and Argentinian fan.
I imagine the Argentina fans are probably still awake.
They probably haven't been to sleep, have they?
No.
Still partying all over Buenos Aires.
Yeah.
And around the world. Because they came back yesterday, did they, Argent?
They flew back in yesterday. Yeah.
Massive crowd.
There's going to be a massive party in Argentina.
There is. All the photos are doing the round in social media and all those things that we expect to see. But no, what's a game?
Yeah, it was just an amazing final.
Yeah, it was very good. I mean, I was watching the first half and I couldn't believe how bad France were, to be honest.
Yeah, they were terrible first half. Terrible.
They were just off it. I mean,
they were terrible probably up until about 79 minutes and 59 seconds.
That's probably fair. There was reports doing the round about it though that there was some illness in the camp for France,
and they hadn't disclosed how it was or what it was like,
and or whether indeed it was just a bit of mind games. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing was for sure is that there was no energy in that French team.
No,
for a long time in that game.
Yeah,
I mean Didier Deschamps makes the changes after 40 minutes was it? He brought
he brought Giroud off and brought the winger on, didn't he? And that kind of started to turn the tide, but not immediately.
No, it took a while. I think what happened, Argentina have done this a lot in the tournament, I felt, where they got comfortable.
They took their foot off the gas. Yeah.
Exactly, and then all of a sudden the team's coming back at them. It happened in the Saudi Arabia game when they lost that. Yeah. It happened in the game against Holland when Holland pulled them back.
Yeah.
So, it's happened a few times. It happened a few times in the tournament along the way. Where they were just in this position of
comfortableness, and then just going, oh, do you know what? Let's make things interesting.
Yeah, let's just make it. It's a World Cup. It's a World Cup. We need to make things more entertaining for the fans at home, all the neutrals. If they did put their own fans through the ringer.
I mean, they put everybody through the ringer. I was on my feet for penalties because I was just like, I can't take this anymore.
I mean, obviously, Di Maria. I mean, Messi's going to get all the plaudits because he's Messi, but I don't think you can underestimate the effect that Di Maria had on that game.
No. He was.
I mean, as a Man United fan, I'm not his biggest fan, but he was phenomenal in that first half.
He was. That second goal was superb.
Yeah,
a classic team goal.
I mean, it was all the way through. It was like 1-2 touch, wasn't it? And they moved about 70-80 yards up the pitch.
Yeah, the French just couldn't live with them. Yeah.
No. And they were off it. And then obviously he wins the penalty as well, doesn't he, Di Maria?
Yeah.
Clear pen.
Clumsy foul. Yeah.
So not to be unexpected.
All the penalties were just clumsy penalties to give away.
Yeah, I thought I don't know. I thought France's last one was a bit.
Okay. Yeah.
I just. I mean,
the
guy's about.
There's no doubt Otamendi's.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah, he's just taking him.
Challenge. Yeah.
Yeah. Really sloppy. But the one in extra time that got him back in, I don't like those ones. I really don't.
No, because it's his elbow, isn't it? So it's kind of it's in the middle between us.
His body's tucked in. He's turning.
Yeah, there's not much you can do with your arm.
He's jumping. He's jumping, so his arm's going to come. I don't like them ones.
No,
but it added to the drama.
It did add to the drama because I don't think France were going to equalise if they hadn't got that.
No, I mean,
it didn't look like it.
I mean, Mbappe taking 3 penalties across that whole time.
It was 3 penalties before we even got to penalties.
Exactly, but I mean, Mbappe taking 3.
Yeah.
And putting them all away, that's pressure in that environment.
Yeah.
You know, the two he scored in obviously in the game, and then the one in the shootout.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, his
There's
second
pressure
goal
on them
was
penalties.
superb as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That little volley over the shoulder. It's hard. They're hard to hit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm no expert. Don't get me wrong, but they're hard to hit when they come over your shoulder like that.
We should get you to try it one day.
I mean, I'd smash it in the top corner. It's not
Smash it in the top corner of where? I'm not sure, but yeah.
It'd go. I promise you, I'd hit it. Look, I'd be on the opposite side though. I'm left-footed.
All right. Okay. You're allowed
I'd have to be on the other side. But I'd give it a go.
You give it a go. Probably smash a win.
Give it a go. But yeah, I mean, Mbappe obviously creates history.
Yeah.
Only the second man to score a hat-trick in a World Cup final.
Yeah. He becomes the first man to score a hat-trick and end up on the losing side.
Yeah. I mean, you've got to feel... I was thinking about this, actually. You've got to feel... For Mbappe, how unlucky do you have to be to score a hat-trick in a final?
Yeah.
And you don't come away with the win?
Yeah.
I just think... I mean, in any game of football, but to happen in a World Cup final... You got the glory of I've scored a hat. I mean, the dream to score a hat trick in a final of a World Cup.
Yeah.
But you lose.
And then your team doesn't win the final. In fairness, the French penalties weren't very good.
No, they weren't. But Martinez is very good.
Oh, he was. Yeah,
that
the
whole
mind games
game
were superb
stuff.
from him. I don't normally like
good.
the mind games bit, but he was very good at it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he always has been. I think he does. I think he did it to. I think he did it to Bruno in the league.
Yeah.
Didn't he? I think, or I can't remember what was it. Did he take it? I can't remember whether Bruno took the penalty off of someone, or Ronaldo was going to take it, and he turned around to Bruno and went, "Why aren't you taking this?" or something like that.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that.
There's something, weren't there? So, why are you letting him take this?
In fairness, he makes a brilliant save at the end of extra time.
Oh yeah, they needed that.
Yeah.
It was very close to disaster for Argentina.
Yeah, and Hugo, to be fair, he made a very good save in the game as well.
Yeah, it's just one of the. It was just full of drama, wasn't it? I mean, well, you say full of drama. It looked comfortable, didn't it, for 60 minutes, 70 minutes, and then you could see France starting to find some more spaces, find some more gears, and then they get themselves back into it in extra time. I mean, Messi thinks he's won it because you would. I think if you score a goal in extra time.
In the second half of extra time, yeah.
You think
that's enough
it.
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Resistance is broken. Yeah.
Exactly. But then they come back again, 3-3, and when they peg it back again, you know, the momentum, the storytelling of the game kind of makes you think, oh, is this going to be France's time
now? Yeah.
But no, they came back again.
Just keep playing.
Just keep going. Next goal wins.
Because penalties is a very cruel way to finish it.
It is, but I mean, so's golden goal, to be honest.
Yeah, I was never really a fan of golden goal.
Exactly.
Yeah. But penalties is obviously the best way to finish it, but it's the cruelest way to do it.
Yeah. Indeed. But there we are. Argentina make history.
Yeah. Messi
Martinez won the Golden Glove. Oh, we'll talk about that in a minute. But let's talk about our award winners first. Martinez won the Golden Glove.
And we won't mention what he did with it, but yeah.
Messi won Player of the Tournament, and then obviously Mbappe with his hat-trick in the final wins the Golden Boot.
Yeah.
But he did not. He's
so happy to be there.
Oh, he did not want to be up there, did he? He did not want to be up there. It's so horrible, actually, that they make him go up there. So, okay, just announce, okay, he's won the Golden Boot. And just let him just go, you know, there you go, there's your award. You can go away. Because just to do that when you've just lost the final, it's horrible. Horrible to put someone through that.
It was quite convenient that all of the tournament winners were in the stadium at the time, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, you say that. I mean, you know, you get to a final, you're most likely to win a Golden Boot.
I thought the Golden Glove, I'm not sure if that's given for performances or clean sheets.
I think it's given for clean sheets, isn't it? Or least amount of goals. I don't know.
Yeah. I thought the Moroccan keeper had a better tournament than Martinez did.
Indeed, maybe so. So yeah, let's talk about the awarding ceremony of the trophy.
Oh dear.
I mean, what a way to steal that moment from Argentina more than anything else.
Yeah.
By the way, that image of Messi picking up the World Cup
in a cloak
is. Just take away the cloak for a minute, right? That image will live forever, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think it was fair that FIFA, in their stupid wisdom that they seem to have, took that moment away from Argentina. For what reason?
Yeah.
For what reason do you put that on someone?
They could have got him to pose with it after he'd done the initial trophy.
Not when he's lifting the trophy. That's for Argentina. That's their moment.
Yeah.
Right. Nothing else needs to be seen about that.
In fact, it needed 4 people to dress him. It was quite funny.
And then Infantino, just go away.
Yeah.
Go away. I mean, if the boos when you were walking onto the pitch weren't the giveaway that you shouldn't be involved in this at all, or for as little amount of time as possible.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's booing him.
Yeah.
It's not just a European thing. There was a lot of Argentinians in that crowd.
It's just like, come on, mate. Just give him the trophy. Let him have his
get out of the way.
Yeah.
And then if there's a sponsor thing you need to do after, then you do it after.
Yeah.
You don't take that moment away from the country. That image lives forever. That's Lionel Messi lifting the World Cup. That's an image that lives into, that's an immortal image. That.
Yeah. And he's dressed like that.
Yeah, and that's it now. It's if Argentina fans are going to look at that and go, oh God, yeah, that.
Yeah.
Every time we look at that picture, every single football fan's going, oh God, yeah, I remember they did that to him.
Yeah.
Not there's Messi with the World Cup.
Yeah.
It's remember, I mean, FIFA made him wear that.
Yeah. And that's
all,
with him for the rest of his life.
Yeah. And he'll be asked about it in interviews. Oh, what did you think when they tried to get you that cloak on? And to be honest, he's that caught up in the moment. He just wants to get hold of the trophy. Probably in a clearer head. He just goes, no.
Yeah.
Wait, I'll put it on later.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Did you see the guy moment, that was, I forget the bloke's name, but there's a TikTok going around of a guy immediately coming to Messi after the game. He must be an influencer of some description. And
is
Messi
it Salt
was
Bay?
Like, who the hell are you? Just leave me alone, please. And he's grabbed the trophy as well during the prison, not while the players have been parading it round. Yeah. It's just like, oh my
I think that was Salt Bay, wasn't it?
That's the fella.
Old Salt Bay.
I'm not sure if he's an influencer or not. I don't really know Mike.
Well, he is and he owns restaurants that are very, very expensive to go to.
Right. Okay. Well, you should not be on a football pitch at the end of the World Cup.
Go away. It's like it reminds me of Kevin Hart at the Super Bowl with the Eagles. That kind of moment. But yeah,
that is a moment for the players and the staff, and
exactly
with their families and their
that. Yeah.
Not for celebrities.
But FIFA man. They just they never fail to disappoint, do they?
They don't. No, they really don't.
It's like if anyone's going to ruin anything good, it's going to be FIFA. Let alone this new Club World Cup they've announced.
Oh, the 32 Club World Cup.
32 Club World Cup that's happening in 2025.
Yeah.
Okay.
How you qualify for it? No idea.
I mean, that's gonna try and overshadow the Women's Euros probably that summer.
Yeah.
You've got the football clubs. Players don't need to be. They'll be literally playing now every summer. Some of these players.
Yeah. Yeah.
They'll have one.
The 32 team tournament is not going to be over in a week.
They'll have one summer off in.
But they're
in
doing
4 years.
What's it? Every 4 years they're doing the Club World Cup.
Well, yeah. So you've got a Euros, you've got a World Cup, and you've got this Club World Cup, which leaves them with 1 year in the 4-year cycle where they have an actual pre-season.
Can just go on holiday.
Yeah, and have a break.
Yeah.
It's a killer.
Mm.
I mean, what it looks like and how you qualify. It's
a power grab, isn't it?
God FIFA? Knows. Oh, of course it is. They still want to. I'm surprised UEFA. I wouldn't be surprised if UEFA try and
water it down.
Yeah, do something with it because obviously they see the Champions League. That's the thing, right? That's why there's going to be a lot of European clubs in this tournament, by the way.
Yeah.
Because they see the Champions League, and they go, "We want a piece of that."
Yeah. That's
what this is all about.
And it's all about money again.
Yeah. But it's pointless because the Champions League happens every year. We know who the best team in the world most likely is.
Yeah, and the Club World
Cup, in all
Cup
likelihood, it's going to be one. Well,
best
it's
team
going to be
in Europe,
one.
best team in Africa, best team in Asia, best team in the Americas.
Well, even so, it's more likely than not it's going to be a European team that wins it.
Probably,
right?
Yeah, because the standard of European football is better than.
Yeah, all the players play in Europe because that is the hub of football, right?
And it's where the money is as well. Yeah.
Yeah, you might get a surprise. You might get a South American team do okay and have an upset because that's the most likely place where that's going to be to come from. Other than that, I just don't see the point.
Yeah,
don't see the point. We have the Champions League. We can find out who the best club in the world is.
Yeah,
thank you.
And they've got their own individual Champions Leagues as well, haven't they? So
yeah. You stick to international because you're not making a great job of that, to be honest.
No.
I don't know how they're going to figure out this 40-team tournament now that they said we're going to have a rethink around the format.
What can they have a rethink about?
It's around the group stages. So the plan was that there'd only be 3 teams in a group.
Right.
But because they've seen because I think someone's finally realised, having 3 teams in a group might lead to some dodgy results in the last game.
No, have they only just figured that out?
It would appear so, and they've gone, it was very exciting, the 4 group. Yeah, well, yes, we're used to that because we've been doing it for donkeys. And how have you never seen that before?
It's always been 4 teams in a group.
It was so exciting. We're gonna have to rethink. What do you mean?
Just have more groups.
It was there in the first place. Well, no, because you've got to be careful because I just don't. Why change the size? I don't see what. I see why they're changing the size. And they want to get more teams involved.
Yeah.
Which, to a degree, yeah, fine. But actually, it's the World Cup. It's the pinnacle of football.
Then it should
be. It should be difficult to get to a World Cup.
Yeah. So they're going to have a round of 32, aren't they? Really?
Because then the competition.
Yeah.
Is. You know what I mean? The achievement of getting there. So, like Wales getting there this year.
Mm-hmm.
What a huge achievement.
Yeah, the first time in 55 years.
Yeah. And it means something because it's difficult to get to.
Yeah.
It's hard to get into to qualify for a World Cup. You know, and there's lots of nations like that as well, you know, who historically don't often get to a World Cup. You know, you're thinking like the Panama last time round.
Yeah.
And teams like that. It's like, yes, what an achievement. Costa Rica have done it in the past. Trinidad and Tobago have done it in the past.
Yeah.
Like, getting to a World Cup should be difficult. It is the pinnacle of football, international football.
Yeah. It shouldn't just be, hang on, we have an extra space. You can have that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
The whole thing's very, very bizarre.
It won't last long, the 48 World Cup.
No, I think you underestimate FIFA's belligerence.
Oh yeah, probably.
They'll see it through.
Yeah. They'll keep.
But it'll be interesting to see what they do with the format of it.
It's got to stay 4 teams in a group and just have as many groups as you need.
Yeah, but then it's how do you cut that down then?
Top 2 go through.
Yeah, but to what? Because remember,
Well, I think they said top 2 go through, and then it was the best 3rd place sides to make 32.
Your brackets can only go up to what? Yeah, up to like a 32, can't it?
Yeah.
After that, it has to be 64.
Yes.
So you can't do anything. Yeah, you can't have an extra round.
So we're still eliminating the same amount of teams from the group stage.
Yeah, but that's if you have more groups, that means less people can get through.
Yeah, I don't know.
So they've proper got to think about it. Because if you have,
how many groups are they going to need for 48?
Well, that'd be what, 12?
Right. So top 2 from each group is 24.
Yeah.
And then maybe you can't have the bloody 3rd best teams, like 8 of them, can you?
Exactly. And therein lies the problem.
Because that will just be farcical.
And then it's an extra round as well, because the idea was there'd still only be 16 teams in the. It'd be a last 16, a quarters, and then a semi and a final, because they didn't want any more. Well, they were going to do 32 because they didn't want add any more games to the tournament, did they?
No.
That was the idea, so that it's still 7. Maximum is still 7 games in a tournament.
So
there's no way of doing that.
group winners and then the 4 best runners-up.
But there's no way of doing that.
No, there's not, is there?
There's not an easy way of doing it.
Work.
No, so you have to put the extra game in.
Yeah, you have to.
The only way it works, and then you have 8 teams that have finished third in their group go through.
Which is ridiculous. It's like Champions League. The third best team drop into the Europa.
Yeah, but it's less that, because obviously they're doing something similar now with the Euros as well. Don't forget.
Yes, they are, with the whole table of sort of head to head. No, not head to head, but best record out of the rest of them. Yeah.
But at this point, I think with the Euros, they should just match up to what the World Cup is now. So you have 64. You have that amount of teams in the tournament, and then you do it that way.
Why do
it makes
they have
qualifying
to complicate everything?
Because they want more money.
But why do they have to? It works now. Just leave it alone.
It does work. It does work. But there we are. So then, in terms of the quality of the football then in the tournament, I thought it was actually very, very good overall.
I agree.
The football was phenomenal.
Yeah, from start to finish. Obviously, you had the shocks. You had
the
drama of the end of the group stage. You had sort of the bigger nations falling out of it that you wouldn't have necessarily expected.
Yeah, there was that crazy moment, wasn't there, with Costa Rica, Germany, Spain, and Japan.
Yeah. You had Morocco making their way through,
winning their group,
which you wouldn't have thought they would have done, and obviously knocking Belgium out in the group stage.
That's it. Huge things, really.
Yeah.
Massive shocks.
Lots of managerial changes, but not for Gareth Southgate, thankfully.
Yes, Gareth will be sticking around. Obviously, he's going to get stick, but from a certain part of the football community, which is dumb.
Yeah.
But I've had me say on that previously. Mm-hmm. You're all stupid. So Gareth will be sticking around. But then, we've had some good goals. We've had some great games.
Yeah.
The drama, even down to the final.
Yeah, culminating with the GOAT winning the thing.
It was very, very good. It's been a very good tournament.
And I was right.
Argentina won. There we go. Put the lottery numbers on.
No, I should have had a 5 on it, though. I really should have done.
Maybe. But there we are. Another World Cup is done. But the whole weirdness of this season means that it's not into pre-season.
No, we're not going to go and put our feet up now, are we? We're just going to...
No, we're just going to roll back into it. There's Carabao Cup games, I think, happening tonight.
Tomorrow and Thursday. Yeah.
Is it tomorrow? It is tonight, though, isn't it? There are some tonight.
There's some tonight as well.
So Premier League teams are back in action, competitive action. Leicester are playing Newcastle, Bournemouth tonight as well. I think Wolves. Yeah, Wolves is the other game. So it's straight into it. It's like literally the World Cup final was 2 days ago.
Yeah,
we've got competitive English football, and the Premier League will start again at the weekend. So like I said, now all the talk we've had around what's the break going to do to teams, how is it going to affect them, we're going to see it now.
Yes, we are.
It might take a couple of weeks, I think, for people to settle down into how things are going to look for them.
Not necessarily everybody will be back straight away. Obviously, the Argentina and French players probably won't play over Christmas.
No, which is an absolute shambles for Man United. Absolute mess in the defence of our teams. I mean, there's only 2 players in those teams, but my God, are they important.
You've got Harry Maguire. It's fine.
I mean, if Harry can pick up the confidence that he's had with the England team and bring that back, it'll be fine.
Yeah. We aren't going to have Hugo Lloris, mate. We're in just the same boat as you are.
Yeah. And Romero as well, Christian Romero.
Yeah, Romero will be injured because that's what happens to him when he comes back with Argentina.
Oh, dear. It's very, very, very interesting what's going on. The Premier League is back when Sunday, isn't it? I think. Oh, no, it's just for Boxing Day, isn't it? Boxing Day, Monday.
Boxing Day, yeah.
Is the return fixtures. Not everybody's playing Boxing Day by the looks of it.
No, Tuesday and Wednesday.
So we'll see how that all plays out.
On Amazon Prime.
Yeah, so everybody, if you've got a Prime subscription, you can watch the games, which, you know, is very rare not to have an Amazon Prime subscription these days, right?
Yeah, definitely.
You can get things in the next day delivered to your house.
Yeah.
Where's our sponsorship money, Amazon? So no, we're going to get back into it. We're going to see how the teams react. We're going to see how players are going to react. It's going to be odd because they haven't really had, you know, some of the players won't have had the
6 weeks off,
downtime.
some of them.
Some of them have had the time off and they've been trying to keep themselves in it and whatever. Yeah. The players coming back from the World Cup though, if you've not had that long a break, you're back into full-on training. It's like mentally, how do you make that shift to go, okay, this isn't a new season as such. It's a continuation. It's a back into things. It's a really odd set of circumstances for the players, particularly the European players anyway this year. Yeah, how they kind of react to that.
It's going to be very interesting because, yeah, we're not used to having a break in the season.
Yeah.
Whereas Germany, France, and places like that, they have their winter break where they shut down. Yeah, but we don't.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. Well, even so, even when they shut down, it's that mental shift, like I said, of going from a World Cup, especially if you've played in the final or you've been involved right up to the end. You know, whether you've
won
had
or
that,
lost. Yeah.
You've had that kind of we're in the World Cup, and now you've got to come back to relative normality of a league instantly.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to see how that all works, to be honest. So it'll be interesting to see how different teams, different players react, how the coaches react, what they think the best way of dealing with certain situations is.
Obviously, there's a couple of injuries as well. Obviously, Arsenal lost Gabriel Jesus.
They did, which is a huge loss for Arsenal.
Yeah, we lost Richarlison for 6 weeks.
Yeah. So we've got lots to look forward to, and we will do that in the coming weeks.
Shall we do the fixtures?
Shall we have a look then before we go?
For ages.
Here we go. This is your Christmas time fixture list.
Okay, so the Boxing Day and the couple of days after. So it starts with Brentford versus Tottenham. Oh, God, here we go. Then Southampton and Brighton, Leicester, Newcastle, Crystal Palace and Fulham, Everton and Wolves are 3 o'clock. 5:30 for Aston Villa and Liverpool. 8 o'clock for Arsenal, West Ham. Oh, should be a good game between those two. Tuesday night, we've got Chelsea and Bournemouth, Manchester United, Nottingham Forest, and we end the Boxing Day programme with Leeds versus Man City. So,
plenty of action to come.
And Haaland will be fully charged.
He'll have been bored for the last 6 weeks watching that World Cup, biting a bit just to get back on a football pitch, I imagine. Everyone's been talking about Mbappe and Messi and Neymar and Ronaldo for the last few weeks. He'll be thinking everyone's forgotten about me. We haven't forgotten about you, Erling.
No, we definitely haven't.
But he'll be ready to go, I imagine.
Yes, definitely.
Get some goals under his belt and go, hey, remember me. But yeah, right. So thank you for listening this week. We'll be back next week at some point. Have a nice Christmas, everybody. Don't forget, if you want to get in touch with us, at Let's Football Pod on Twitter. Email us, letsfootballpod@gmail.com. Plenty, I'm sure, if you want to talk to us about the World Cup or things going on at your football club that we've maybe missed during the break. But yeah, have a lovely Christmas, everybody. And we will see you very, very soon.
Bye.
Bye.